Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Real Estate Rhapsody with Olu of Ibadan. And this week I want to discuss with you 10 things, 10 processes for you to take before you procure your certificate of occupancy. For so many of you who would want to get a certificate of occupancy, popularly known as C of O, which is almost the highest form of title document in Nigeria, well, I have packaged 10 processes for you to know before you get your C of O in any of your states. At least this is going to be applicable to almost all the states in Nigeria. So guys, let's jump right into it. First of all, this first step you are going to take is you get the original copy of your land document known as registered survey. The original copy of the registered survey lodged in the Surveyor General's office, having the plan number, having a live signature, having the BICIN number, registered BICIN number, and so many other details that a registered survey must have or should have. This time it is not going to be a provisional survey because there are two different types now. It is a registered survey, one that is verifiable at the Ministry of Lands and lodged with the Surveyor General's office. And why is this very possible for you to get the original that is verifiable with the Ministry of Lands? During the process of the CFO, if they are doing verification and discover that you do not have any traceable records with the Ministry of Lands, then it's not going to be possible to go ahead and go ahead with the processes of securing or procuring a certificate of occupancy. So this number one, it is non-negotiable. Your registered survey, it is just important for you. So we go to number two next. Number two, an original copy of the land agreements that you signed with the person who has sold to you. Non-negotiable too. It is very, very important. The land agreement that you signed. So either the deed of assignment, deed of agreement, no matter what you call it, the agreement you signed with the person who sold that property to you. It is also important, and it must have the seal of a competent lawyer. So that makes it, yes, a deed of assignment, a deed of agreement. So that too is important during the process. So that's the number 2 point that you have to note when procuring your C of O, the land agreement. Very important. So the third one is the evidence of lodgement of the registered survey. The registered survey I mentioned in number 1, the evidence of lodgement of that registered survey at the Ministry of Lands. That's the third point. So when you get this evidence of lodgement, so there is a fee you pay for this evidence of lodgement. So that is the number 3 point, the evidence of lodgement of the registered survey at the Ministry of Lands. Number 4, payment for C of O application. Remember, payment for C of O application. Now, but before that, there has to be a confirmation that your survey and deed are with the Lands Bureau already. So then you now proceed to making payment for C of O application. You want to apply now, so there's a payment you make. It most definitely going to be different from state to state. So payment for the C of O application after it has been confirmed that your documents are with the Lands Bureau of your state. So now, number 5, you are the application, C of O application that you got in number 4. So you are supposed to fill it out now. You fill it out accordingly. So when filling it out now, there are things you attach to it alongside the deed of agreement. So what are the things you attach to it? The picture of the property itself. It is important, the picture of the property. Then the applicant's identification number, government approved ID, either a driver's license or international passport. You know them. Then the picture, passport photograph of the applicant too. So all these are submitted alongside the deed of assignment. So that is the number 5 points. So part of number 5 is that the picture you are submitting Ministry of Lands officials, they want to have an idea, a preview of what the property itself looks like. But before then, because, well, they will visit for inspection. They will visit your property for inspection. That is non-negotiable too. But before then, they want to just have an idea. But then, sometimes, aside the picture itself, some of them will require that they have a drone shot, area view of what the property looks like. But before them coming over, either you are submitting a drone shot, an area view of the property through drone shot, or the picture you are submitting, subsequently they will still have to come and inspect. But the picture you are submitting, it is important, alongside other things, the forms, the application forms that you would have filled out with your ID, with your passport photograph, and all other things. So number 6, you pay for land use charge. There is an act that vests and compromised all lands into the hands of the governor. And it is him now who has the prerogative to know this is going to be for residential, this is going to be for commercial, this is going to be for agricultural purposes. So he is one who allocates accordingly as would have been stated in the laws of the state, that this is where we want to give out for this, and for that. But you are now paying for what is called land use charge, that gives the power to the governor to share this land, to allocate this land to members of the public, to citizens of the public, to everyone in the state, accordingly as how the governor wants to give out this land. So you are paying for land use charge. That is number 6 points. Now, 7, there's going to be an assessment and a calculation of what you are going to pay for the C of O. Now, this will be in relation to the size of the land itself. It will be in relation to the location of the property. Imagine a location of a property in where you have the big men, high net worth individuals, and that one that resides in the bush. The C of O calculation, it isn't going to be the same. It is going to be very different. So then, how big the land is. Someone who is having a plot of land, you don't compare it with someone who is having 10 plots of land. It is not the same. Then, how much did you pay for the land itself? These are going to be calculated. And when they are calculating it, that is when they determine, these calculations are made, and they determine how much you'll be paying for C of O document to get the C of O, because in different states, it is not going to be the same across the board. It is different. Even while in the state, it is different. So they make this calculation, this assessment, and then they tell you the amount you are going to pay for the C of O. That's number 7. Number 8, remember, this is Real Estate Rhapsody on YouTube with Oyo of Ibadan, and we are discussing the 10 requirements for you, or steps you need to take to get or to secure your certificate of occupancy in different states. At least this applies to almost all the states in Nigeria. Now, number 8, there's a form you have filled earlier, remember. So this form, you have filled your details. When it is time for property inspection, that property you want to get a C of O on, you will be called, or your representative will be called. Then that is both of you with ministry officials now, or you and either you or your representative, you'll be called. Then with ministry officials, then you now go for property inspection to go and confirm. You take them to the land in question, because you are to take them to that land so that they can see and inspect, then do their own due diligence on the property you want a C of O on. So that is number 8. Number 9, C of O application in your states. Now, after all the procedures I have discussed from 1 to 8, you have to chill, you wait for the governor's signature to be appended on that certificate of occupancy. That is what gives it a seal of approval from the governor. If they have done their due diligence and they found your application to be fit and good to go, the governor would then append a signature on it, and then it is after that you'll be looking forward to getting the certificate of occupancy delivered to you. Number 10, if you have found this video helpful, then Do not forget to turn on post notification. First of all, you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then when you turn on post notifications, it assures you that you will not miss any such editions that comes subsequently. This is Oyo of Ibadan, and I say, gracias.